made a video before talking about the national debt. You can't find it because I deleted my video. I deleted a lot of my videos because I want my content to be more PG-13 rated. So anyway, in this video I was talking about, I think at the time the national debt was like 23 trillion and we didn't go through no pandemic yet. It might have been like a year ago, a year and a half ago. And you can see by looking back in history, with Obama and Trump, that they were spending over $1 million over the income that the government gets from taxes from us a year. I think the interest on that debt was around $450 billion a year. That's how much interest we're paying on that debt, 23 trillion. So how, under Trump, the military is depleted. I can see some of the logic why we got to spend so much on military to revamp it. But obviously we have too much government spending. If you're spending more than you're making, take this in your own life. What will happen? Eventually you will go bankrupt because you're taking on way too much debt. Granted, the Fed, which is a private bank, it is not, the Federal Reserve is not a part of our government system. It is a private bank, a private monopoly on our currency. They charge, the interest is like, it's under 1%, right? So if you have a credit card, it's like, I don't know, between 13 to 27, 25%, whatever your credit score would be or something like that. You take out like a car loan, I don't know, it's like 6-7%, right? So they charge our government under 1%. I think it's 0% right now. Well, we're having to pay. The higher our debt goes, the more we're gonna have to pay. They gotta pay some kind of interest. We have to pay some kind of interest. Anyway, if we're spending more than we're making, how can we sustain that? How can we sustain that long term? It's just not gonna happen. And then how we keep on, how we shut down for no reason. Like, I got the 2 weeks, whatever, but to continue to be shut down, this is life. People live, people die. Okay, that's reality. Protect yourself. That's what should come down to. You should protect yourself. We can't protect everybody. We just can't protect everybody. So it comes down to protecting yourself. That took a big toll on us. At the time, our GDP was like 3.5 trillion we would bring in a year. Probably last year is probably like, I don't know, I'm just guessing, it's probably like 2 because of the a lot of people got put out of work because of we shut ourselves in the foot. And then we made things worse by printing out more money or adding more debt to our national debt. And our national debt currently sits at 27 trillion, almost 28. And then Biden wants to pass through a stimulus package where it's almost 2 trillion. So we'll be at 30 trillion. They just keep on adding to it. We can't sustain it. We just can't sustain it. And who's gonna pay for this? We will. They will have to up our taxes to pay for this debt. that will make your kids, if we stay in this monetary system, if we stay in this current monetary system, we want to try to make it work. Your kids are going to be paying high taxes. Your kids' kids are going to be paying high taxes. You know, the UK, they just paid off their debt in like I don't know, my numbers could be off. I'm not perfect. It was like 1997 or something like that from World War II. So it took all those years to pay off their debt for World War II. I don't see us ever being able to pay off this debt. I really don't. And I think that their goal is to reset when they say we can't own nothing, which is total control over you. I mean, I really don't own nothing anyway. I don't own my car. I don't own a house. Totally. Right? I got to pay taxes. I got to pay property taxes. I got to pay licensing fees on my car to drive it. I got to pay sales tax on my gas. So it's like I still have to pay it just to do things, just to live. They tax the heck out of us, and what they need to do is cut a lot of these social programs. Stop giving money to overseas countries. If they want our security and our help, they can start paying for it. Why are we giving our stuff out for free? That's what I'd like to know. There's a lot of mismanagement when it comes to our government and their government programs. Like the coronavirus, a lot of these democratic states and cities, what they did was they shut down, and I think they just wanted to implode the economy to make Trump look bad. So they let they force small businesses to close and let big businesses stay open, which further monopolies, and they're supposed to be breaking up monopolies, but they helped monopolies. Not only did these democratic run cities enforce tyrannical lockdowns, what they did was they allowed riots. They allowed destruction of their own cities, and they didn't back their police. And they just allowed mayhem and chaos. And now they're getting bailed out by our government, by this new stimulus. What they put in the front is, you're getting $1,400. But they don't talk about all the other stuff that they're putting in there. Why? If we're getting a stimulus for the people who need it, why is there other stuff going in there? Why are we bailing out cities like this who mismanage their own governments, mismanage their own situations, and then they get bailed out? Just like these banks in 2008. Oh, they're too big to fail. Well, they should fail then. Okay? I'm sorry, they should fail. These airliners, you know what? They should have saved for a rainy day. Okay? With these lockdowns. Like, these lockdowns shouldn't have happened to begin with. Mismanagement of our government. And what it does is, when they print out more money, it just makes us poorer. Listen, you can talk about the $15 minimum wage. Well, I guess that kind of sounds feasible now, because they're going to, with inflation, like, inflation is going to, it might not, they keep on saying, oh, it's only going to be 2%. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see long term. We'll see in a couple years how inflation has really affected people. That's what people, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with government, is they only think short term. They don't think long term ramifications. And these people are highly intelligent, and they have all the tools and the smartest people at their disposal. And this just tells me that they're doing this on purpose to destroy our country, destroy our economy. Like I made a video talking about inflation hurts Who feels inflation first? The poor people, the lower middle class. They're the ones that feel it first. They're the ones that have to put out more money, more of their, if they have any type of savings at all, or take on more debt. They have to, because what? Why? Because if you got more money, you can absorb the higher costs and not really not feel it like somebody in my position. And there's a lot of people who are worse off than I am, because I've been minimalistic and I don't like to spend money. That's the thing, is like this whole socialism fiasco that people want to do is, yeah, I mean, it'll be cool for a couple years, I guess, and then, but in the end, everyone's gonna suffer, you know. And that's how it always goes. If socialism was so great, why aren't these countries that were communist and socialist, why are they not thriving right now? Why are they not past America? Well, because capitalism, it gives you incentive to do innovation, to work harder, to create competition. Yeah, people do get screwed over, of course. You know, not everyone's going to win the Super Bowl in the NFL, right? Well, not everyone's going to win an NBA championship in basketball. There's going to be plenty of losers. But the thing is we cannot continue just to print out money. You're taking from the non-productive and giving to the people who are not productive. I think there's a lot of these politicians that need to be investigated and arrested. They're not working for us. They're not. They're working for themselves. They only care about themselves, or whoever's donating to their campaign. Whatever bigwigs. You see, what people have to understand is we're not in charge no more. And the politicians aren't even in charge. I'm not even sure Trump, you know, I'm wondering if Trump was just throwing in there to cause division. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I support him. I like the stuff that he was talking about. Not everything, but I really liked him, right? And I don't think that he was a part of the scheme. He might have been. I don't know. But I kind of viewed him more of a centrist. I didn't even really view him as a conservative. He's kind of like a Democrat from the 90s. That's what he kind of is. And you can see how, like, if you are a Democrat, how these leftists have just put you to the right. Or seems like you're in the right. And it kind of made you homeless, politically homeless. So my whole thing on the national debt is you're gonna have to force people to produce. And then when you force them to produce, you're gonna have to make them pay high taxes. And then you give those high taxes, those tax dollars, to other people who are not producing, who don't care, who want to do drugs because what else they got to do with their time? They're not working, they're not producing nothing. So, in conclusion to this, which I went on all kinds of stuff like I usually do, but it's not feasible. It's not sustainable. And we're continually hurting our if we're going to have stimulus, if we're going to help the people that are suffering, first off, the people who are on food stamps and Section 8, they're already taken care of. So why would they need a stimulus? Okay, they already have their government programs. So why do they need a stimulus? That's number one. Number two, why do they keep on packing these stimulus packages and putting, we're helping the common person who's suffering with all a bunch of crap? It should just be, why is the 2 trillion just not for, why can't the stimulus be $5,000 per person? Why do they have to put their crap in there? No, they use us like they use black communities for their vote, and then they don't do nothing for them. In fact, they make things worse. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. They use them, and they use the regular common man, the regular worker, and for their own political gain. And that's the bottom line.